They buy the politicians. And this is true. They buy the Republicans, they buy the Democrats. They buy the Democrats a little cheaper. But they're all at the same trough. And the trough has to be taken away from them. If that doesn't happen, then we're not going to be able to fix this. Corporations are not people. And if somebody said that until Texas executes a corporation, I will not say that they are people. Whoever said that, I thought that was very funny. But here's my point that I want to make. Even though they've got the money, you know, Martin Luther King knew that the sheriffs had more dogs, had more hoses, had more guns. Didn't matter. It didn't matter. The women who started the early feminist movement in the 1800s, who thought women should have the right to vote. Imagine what they were up against. They wanted an amendment passed to the Constitution, and not a single woman would get to vote on that amendment. That must have seemed like a huge mountain. How are we ever going to get over that mountain? Because only men can vote. And yet they did it. Nobody sat around saying, well, no, we have no votes. We have no votes. How are we going to get the right to vote? We have no votes. How are we going to have civil rights? They've got the guns. How are we going to have civil rights? Don't fall into the trap of saying, they've got the money, they buy these elections. Yes, of course, but they don't have one thing, and that's the Constitution of the United States. Still says, one person, one vote. That's it. When you close that curtain at the voting booth, their hand is not on your hand. And the richest 400 Americans who own more than 150 million Americans combined. They must, I'm sure they feel really good that they can buy any politician. But when it comes to election time, they only have one vote per person. There are only 400 votes. We are 150 million. We're 200 million. We need to take heart that we have the power. The power is now in our hands. But it's not just about elections. It's not just about voting. You know, I was on CNN the other night and he was asking, well, what candidates are you guys going to get behind?
Hey,
What Senate bill are you going to get behind? And I said, Anderson. It's a guy with two last names. I said, Anderson, this vote, you're trying to think the old way. Everybody here has worked for candidates, has voted, has gotten behind bills, has written to their members of Congress. And what did that get us? Now, that doesn't mean that we're not going to vote. Doesn't mean that we're not going to get behind bills. But you're missing the point of this movement. This is not about politicians. This is about the people. This is about the people saying, you, the politicians, serve us. You are there at the will of the people. You will no longer serve the 400. If you do, you will be removed. So you're right. Do not let this movement be co-opted by politicians, political parties, anybody with an agenda or whatever. Everybody is an equal in this movement. Everybody is a participant in this movement.
Michael, what for president?
Is it okay to say that I've been making Occupy sci-fi movies for 20 years. So now, can I just be one citizen who's one of tens of millions of citizens who are part of this movement? I'm honored that you invited me to speak here today. In New York, I just stand in the General Assembly along with everyone else. I wait my turn, and I use the human microphone. So I'm a little uncomfortable with this device. But I'm grateful that you gave me this time to say a few words and to hopefully give you some hope that you're on the right track. You've got the American people behind you. The people who think this is going to fail, they think the winter is going to kill it. That's not going to happen. And when they say, well, where's this going?
Michael Moore, President. Michael Moore. It's going to Washington. Power the people!
When they say, why aren't you occupying D.C. or Congress? The answer is, those people in that building are the employees of Wall Street. Yes! Why would we waste our time with the middleman? We are taking this to the source. We are taking this to corporate America. We are taking this to corporate Colorado. That is what this movement is about. We are not going to talk about the symptoms anymore. We are not going to put band-aids on the problem. We are going to the core of the problem, and we are going to fix it permanently for our children and our grandchildren. A man is holding a sign back there that says economic democracy, not corporate capitalism. That is exactly right. We cannot call this a democracy if we do not have direct say over how this economy runs and functions. We have to have a democratic economy. So, I just... That's very good, but you know what? This movement... Let me tell you. Okay, they're telling me I gotta leave. Let me just say this. You've already heard. You're fine. Let me just
Works louder than my mic has, and I've been here every day. So shame on you.
I'm not saying this about this woman, but I was in Oakland for a couple of days here this past weekend.
God bless
Please be mindful of people who try to create divisions, people who try to put wedges, provocateurs who try to start violence, because there's a long history, young people, that you may not know, of how police and undercover police and now undercover Homeland Security people are in most of these occupations. No, they want to ignite something to give them the reason to act violently against you. If you see anybody who says they're a member of this group trying to behave in a violent manner, you must surround that person with love and stop them. Protect yourself, because those in power are scared shitless about us. And they should be, and they will find a way to try and make this something other than it isn't. Don't let that happen. Let this thing grow and build. Welcome people here. People who can't camp here, have them come to the Saturday rallies. This Saturday, people who've got their checking accounts at Chase or Citibank or Bank of America or moving credit unions. There's 100 different things people can do other than just camping. So please.
Sit down, asshole.
And
But you got to stand
now
up.
they're telling me I have to go. So
Very well.
You did!
Oh, Michael, sorry.